All right, so this is the one trait that's going to really determine if you're going to be successful or not as a content creator. And it's literally something that most people are literally breeding out of themselves. So you want to make sure to watch this whole video because if you don't have this trait, you're going to find it incredibly hard not to only to make videos, but also to see any traction and actually convey an energy that is attractive. Because the truth about content creation is that your content is a direct reflection of your energy. And when you're going and self-sabotaging your energy, you're not actually allowing yourself to be the higher version of yourself that's naturally creative, that's naturally expressive, like the self that you had when you were a child. And you wind up making content that feels flat, that doesn't get any traction. That's because you're not actually excited about making content. And so the most important trait to cultivate is actually the speed at which you allow yourself to implement your content ideas. Because making content is a lot like cooking. You know, like let's say you go out and you buy a bunch of ingredients for a dish that you're really excited to make, but then you end up waiting 3 weeks to go and make the dish. Then your dish, even if the ingredients were great quality and you had a great idea for your dish, none of your ingredients are going to be fresh, and so your dish is going to suck. And it's the same way with making content is your level of excitement when creating the piece of content is going to directly affect the type of content that you actually make and the quality that it performs. And there's so many reasons why this aspect of immediately implementing the content that you want to make is important. And that's because when you go and have an idea, there's a saying by Michael Jackson actually. And he was going and he woke his manager up at 3 a.m. and he told his manager, like, we got to go to the studio right now. We need to go. And he's like, Michael, calm down. We'll go to the studio in the morning. He's like, no, I have a new idea for a song. We need to go it now. It's like, Michael, you can always record it tomorrow. He's like, no, if I don't do it right now, Prince is going to do it. And that idea right there is one of the reasons why Michael Jackson was so successful is because he knew that our ideas that we're getting are not really ours in a sense. Like, yes, we have the ability and the choice to use them, but they're actually being implanted in us by a higher intelligence. You could call this your higher self. You could call this, the different angels that go and spend all their time in the mental sphere so they can always go and think about things. But our ideas are not really our own, and ideas are seeded to multiple people. So if you're not acting on your ideas immediately, then you're letting the idea go to someone else. And this is exactly what Michael Jackson knew that allowed him to be one of the most prolific artists of all time. And so the skill of really creating content immediately, one, it's like the idea is going to go to somebody else, but two, it's like if you're not creating immediately, what's going to happen to you is you're going to start to overthink the whole content creation process. You're going to wonder to yourself like, oh my gosh, what if I sound weird in this first take and let me redo that. And it's like, I'll tell you from recording music for 5 years and then also recording videos for a year and a half now, it's like your energy in the first take is immaculate. It's perfect. It's what's ready to be expressed. And sometimes there are exceptions, but as soon as you start to get in the process of being like, you know what, let me just redo that. Let me redo that so I sound a little different. Let me redo that so my inflection's a little different. They can go on endlessly. And by the end of it, most of the time, you end up wishing that you just did the first take, except now you have like 17 takes, all of which are now needing to be processed and you're going to need to sift through it. It's just going to add so much baggage to the actual content creation process by making it take way more time to make the piece of content. And so it's like when you're taking a bunch of time to delay, you're telling yourself subconsciously that you're not good enough to make content. And that is the exact opposite quality that we want to actually really be cultivating here, because it's like you are good enough to create content. There are people that are 20,000 times more successful than you that are creating content that may be worse content creators than you actually could be. The thing is, they just stopped sabotaging themselves and just realized, you know what? It's so much better to put out a piece of content that is partially good than put out nothing at all. And so for all of you people that are really thinking like, oh my gosh, my content needs to be perfect, I need to go and make everything absolutely 100% good, is you're sabotaging yourself by not even letting yourself get up to the level of someone that can make a piece of content that's 100% good, because you're not letting yourself make content that's like 60% good. And so making content that is 60% good immediately is going to actually result in way more views, way more likes, way more shares, and way more business too than only putting out content that's 100% good, because you're going to make more of it. And there's going to be actually your natural energy that's going to be communicated. Because when people get to know the real you, they're going to want to be closer to that. They're going to want to be next to somebody that is inspiring, that is actually being their true self. But the reason that most people aren't doing that is because they're putting such a distance between themselves and the version of themselves they want to be at that they don't even perceive how close they really are. And so if you want to be a successful content creator, if you want to go and attract a ton of opportunity for yourself, and you know that working a 9-to-5 job isn't right for you, then it's like stop sabotaging yourself by thinking, oh, I just need to get this next skill. I just need to go and make a better video. I just need to go and practice some more. It's like that practice is not actually going to help you. Because when you're telling yourself that your videos aren't good enough to be put out, not only are you telling yourself that you're not a successful content creator, but you're also telling yourself that there's something bad that could happen if I put out a video that is not 100%. And you know what the worst thing that could happen if you put out a video that's not 100% is? Is it'll flop. It'll get like 200 views, and most people won't see it. And so it's like all the people that you're worried, it's like, oh my gosh, they're going to think poorly of me if I make a bad video, are really just an illusion. All of that is an illusion, because if you make a bad video, nobody's going to see it. And if you make a great video, they're going to see it. And then because it performed, that means it's a great video. You know, so it's like you need to just get in the habit of opening yourself up to channel, because a lot of people I talk to, especially with my clients, is like they start out initially worried a little bit, like, oh my gosh, making content creates a lot of time. And once you allow yourself to just go and rip video ideas and be like, you know what, I have an idea, I'm going to immediately execute on it, making content is actually really easy. Like, I've grown my personal brand to almost 100,000 followers, often making content for less than a half hour a day, simply because I just showed up and allowed myself to speak my truth. Now, granted, it took me about 7 years of procrastinating on that before I actually got to the point of allowing myself to go and just start ripping videos and just enjoying the process and making them on the fly, and knowing that opening up my channel is good enough. Because that's the other thing that making content immediately will really do for you, is it'll go and allow you to open up what I call your own channel. It's like when somebody puts you on the spot, when you have like an insight. Now, some people, they feel like they have this anxiety and they want to fold under pressure, and some people really thrive under pressure. You know, but regardless of which type of the person that you think that you are, you know, like, you have a force inside of you that will come out and help you when you actually need to do it. You know, like if you were being chased by wolves, I guarantee you would probably be able to run and fight better than most of you think. You know, but the difference is that you don't feel this just need to go and create content, or this desire to go and create content. And so you're self-sabotaging yourself by just thinking, oh, I'll do it when I have the perfect idea. It's like the perfect idea doesn't exist. And even if you had it, you probably wouldn't be able to execute on it simply because you're not practiced enough actually creating content. And so that's why it's really important that you let yourself get this practice creating content by doing it whenever you have the idea to do it. And as you reduce the friction between, oh, I have an idea, I'm going to create it, that's when some of your viral videos are going to come out. I've had videos that do over 100,000 views frequently. And the thing is, I often didn't even know which one of my videos is going to be. I just know that I was in the flow and I was enjoying myself and just saying whatever comes to mind. And if you do that, eventually you're going to hit the algorithm right, and one of your videos are going to pop off and you can gain thousands of followers just from that one video. But it's not going to happen until you go and take off the blockers that you're putting on yourself, thinking every video needs to be perfect, thinking it needs to be super thought out. Heck, I don't even know everything that I'm going to say before I start to make videos. I just open up my channel and let myself really communicate what is going on here. And that's a gift that I had to cultivate, because it was never going to happen if I didn't go and really allow myself to just be someone that is creative, that is consistently expressing myself. Because your creativity is your greatest gift. And when you're going and just not allowing yourself to express that creativity, what happens is it's going to stagnate and you're going to think that it's not really there. When in reality it is. It's just you haven't opened up the channel for you to express yourself. So if you take away anything from this presentation, is you need to be allowing yourself to really and truly express yourself frequently and make it a part of your life. Make it as soon as you get an idea for something to talk about, just do it. And it doesn't have to all be in one take. You can go and record line by line using your favorite video editor. I prefer to record natively in TikTok, and just simply redo a line if it's not perfect. That's what I did for the first year of creating TikToks. But then once I got experience, I allowed myself to just show up as I am, just naturally. And well, the funny thing is this natural feeling of just talking straight to the camera is really what people crave. Because there's so much just fake things in the world. There's so much lack of connection as people are hungry to connect with real people. And so when you have an idea for your videos, let yourself just be the real version of yourself. Like you're talking to your friends, going, and if your friend called you up and was really excited to talk about your special interest or whatever it is that you have in mind, let yourself be that person that's excited to go share back, and realize that your friend is always calling you every time you're looking at your cell phone. But just stop listening to the call of, oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. It's like, all those are fake. As soon as you turn on the camera, you can choose to be the animated, the excited, the higher version of yourself that is stoked to create and express itself. But you just got to stop blocking it. So really go and open up your own channel. Go comment channel if you made it to the end of the video, because I love to see if this is helpful for anybody, if anybody's watching. And follow for more, because I'm going to keep making these and opening my channel. So remember, go and open up your channel whenever you get the inspiration. And that's the trait that's going to keep you as a very successful content creator. So aloha.